number.
Chris is Dad's brother, and Janice is, Janice is his wife, and Janice, and then Tom, where's Tom?
Behind
Tom's
you.
Tom's back there, he's number
Five.
five?
Five.
He's five, yeah, okay, and then, yeah. There's number three, and then there's Ben and Kim, they're Mike's kids. Nicholas, Kimmy are mine, and this is Presley, Sadie, Emily is number three, and then Katie, my number four, okay?
And then my youngest is Benjamin and his wife Kim, and my two older ones one's in Dallas and the other one is up in Jackson, Michigan.
Okay, this is my father-in-law, Danny sent, he's representative sent for at least, what, 8 more days?
Yeah, 7 hours and 35 minutes.
Who's counting? He's kinda who helped me get all this going for all you guys, and I wanna thank Craig for his help, because it was really instrumental. And so I'm gonna let him go. Oh, and I'm sorry, don't forget, last,
Oh, yes.
very much not least, my mother-in-law. Okay, now I'm gonna let you go, Danny.
Okay, we're here for, no, it's not your birthday, is it?
No.
No, and you did say you're not buying, so we're not here for that.
No.
Yeah, okay. We are here actually to recognize your accomplishments. And we know that that would be minimal without this young lady right here. I will tell you, it was maybe in the last 10 years, and I've been a representative for 12, and one of the things I enjoyed most about being a representative is being to acknowledge people for their accomplishments. I was at a scouting function not far from here, St. Vincent, and Matt was there getting an award. Joe was with him, and he was getting some patches. Now, I was never a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout because, frankly, I didn't know anything about scouting, and I was so busy beating up my brothers that I didn't have time. So, but what I did notice was the local leadership was there, and all of a sudden, your initials are Dad, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing we'll get into. Dan walks in, and the other leadership there, all of a sudden, and I've been in the military, and it was like a full colonel walking into the room. They all take notice, and I'm thinking, is he buying or something? And but the key was, they recognized him, and I knew it had to have some background, and I asked Joe about it. And you have quite a resume as far as scouting goes, and numerous other things. So that stuck in the back of my head, and I said, I'm winding down my time in the legislature. I want to acknowledge that. Now in Indiana, we have like 3 different layers that the governor can approve. The top layer is a Sagamore, which a Sagamore is an Indian chieftain's council. They're the wise men that the chiefs go to for advice. There's also another layer just below that that's called the Circle of Cordon. Cordon used to be the Indiana capital years ago before they moved it to Indianapolis. And there's a Distinguished Hoosier, which is also hard to get. I asked Joe for a resume. He gave it to me, and I walked into the awards people. These people are hard to deal with, and I've been in there a lot. And they said, well, what do you have? And I showed them a resume, and I pointed out that he's known as Dad, or Drake, or Dan, but he's still the initials. And that, they said, we'll take a look at it. And I said, could we get a Distinguished Hoosier? I came back a week later, and the head of this department looked at me and said, you know, his resume said he's been in Montana, he's been in Michigan, God knows where else, and he's in Indiana now, so distinguished Hoosiers. And I said, what does that mean? He said, no, he's accomplished too much. He's at least getting the circle accorded. And I said, this is more than I asked for. So this is kind of going really well. We have to present it to the governor. I get a phone call from the governor's assistant and said, we have never heard of whatever, a silver beaver or silver antelope or whatever those are. They had to look them up. And fortunately, the governor and his right-hand guy were Eagle Scouts. And they said, there is no way we can let this go without presenting him with the governor's highest award, Sagamore the Wabash, signed, ink, pendant, and I'll try to read this, because understand this is in Old English. It says, the state of Indiana Council of the Sagamores of the Wabash. So the governor's appointing you a chieftain or a council. Eric J. Holcomb, governor of the state of Indiana, know all men by these presents, whereas the greatness of the sons of Indiana derives in part from quality possessed by the noble chieftains of the Indian tribes which once roamed its domain, and whereas it has been immemorial custom of the state of Indiana to track its support from those who have exhibited such qualities, and we're talking about you here, whereas there has endeared himself to the citizens of Indiana one Drake A. Dan Deverell, distinguished by his humanity in living, his loyalty and friendship, his wisdom and counsel, and his inspiration and leadership. Now therefore, recognizing his greatness and desiring to avail himself to this council, I hereby appoint him chieftain upon my staff with the rank and title of Sagamore the Wabash, and it's witnessed and sealed by the governor dated today, 2024. This is a big deal in Indiana. Very, very I know you couldn't get it without her backing you up. I mean, with your working with the Scouts, with your working even through the church with the Eucharistic minister, counselor, and all your accomplishments, I kind of felt embarrassed when they finally said, you should have put him in for Sagamore to begin with, and I'm thinking, I'm just playing the odds. They let them play and work it up, but that's top of the line in Indiana. It's your turn to speak on that.
I don't think you can shut me up very often.
First time I've ever known you to be speechless.
I can't tell you how good it feels to be here with all of you. And to thank you for this. This is much more than I've ever deserved. And it is true that this lady put up with all of the crap and everything I've gone through over the years, and always been, always a part. Thank you, all of you. I'm proud to be able to call you a friend, and for you to be my so much I've done with so many of you. It's unbelievable that maybe the wives don't know, but your spouse has been part of my life. Just for the truth, really. Thank you.
All right, so there's appetizers right over there. They will be bringing dinner out here in a little bit. But help yourself to food and the soft drinks up here. And if you want anything to drink, you can just tell the bartender. Yes, and we'll have to do pictures as well.
Well, we do it before we spill food on it.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Who do you want to do?